Hello, Star Family. Thank you for joining this live event. On today's occasion, our main focus will be reintegrating different aspects of ourselves, like soul fragments, other incarnations, different aspects of ourself on maybe in a different timeline or another planet, whatever you may want to call it. I will mainly go into like how could we imagine like how this works and what can we do with this whole concept in a practical sense in our day-to-day lives. And after we have went through the topic mostly, I hope many will send up some questions regarding this. And after we have went through like how it works, we will do a group meditation together of first centering ourselves, doing some clearing, and after that, connecting to our infinite web of different aspects of ourselves and trying to establish a more direct connection with them, seeing and activating some pathways that are already there basically, but trying to like intensify the flow of energy between them and also bring through and bring in and integrate information, gifts, knowledge, whatever you want to call it, which is relevant at this time for you right now, but it is also a very important aspect of the whole process that even if you're like doing this stuff on your own, through like maybe regressions, like doing past life regressions, then it is highly advised to bring through and integrate information that is like valuable to you in your current lifetime right now. Like I know that all of us are very curious about different aspects of ourselves, like where did I live before, or do I have incarnations on other planes or other star systems? But most of the time, like it would be more like distracting rather than something that is useful in this current lifetime. And also our guides are always trying to bring this concept home each time, that like we should only focus on things that are relevant to us in this lifetime and things that can actually like impact our lives in a practical sense here and now, and just like not drift away and use this type of information as a type of escapism. So the whole point of bringing through this information, I'm sorry, this whole throat chakra thing is still going on here. So basically always focus on bringing through information, codes and energies that are relevant to your current lifetime, that are there to actually assist you in living this lifetime and being integrated and grounded as much as you can, because so many things are happening in the world right now on all levels, and we need a lot of grounding, a lot of self-care to know like what our needs are, to do our energy maintenance and all that usual stuff, because like we're super sensitive beings and we have to take care of ourselves. And which is also very important that to remember that we came here to be in this lifetime, and like not wishing us to get out of here or to go someplace else. I know that like it's super hard to be here because Earth is a very dense planet. And I know that many of us don't particularly prefer the company of human beings from time to time. Like I was there too, quite a few years ago. And we have this tendency of like not wanting to connect or integrate with this lifetime because it's like painful to be here or it's difficult to be here. And we just want to like get out of here and go back home, or however you want to phrase it. But like that's actually not going to help with alleviating this whole difficulty in being here, because if like we constantly wish to be someplace else and we don't find the peace and balance in this lifetime, then it's only going to make it more difficult to be here and actually to fulfill our mission while we are here in this embodiment. Like something that is like can be super useful in this is to remember that we came here to assist planet Earth and all children of Mother Earth in healing and getting over this difficult phase in our evolution. And by like running away and trying to get out of here, we are not really doing that. So we're kind of working against the original blueprint that we have set out for ourselves. And that can also bring in quite a few difficulties in our lives and unwanted friction and unpleasant stuff in general. Because we're like going against the original blueprint or the original plan that we have set out for ourselves before we came in. Now, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that you always have to be like doing this stuff 111. Like, we have to take care of ourselves as well. And we always need alone time as well to regenerate, to bring through more information for us, more healing, and to do our daily maintenance, basically. So being alone and like doing your own maintenance and energy work is super important. So never devalue that. But always like keep in mind that we came here to assist planet Earth in healing and getting over this whole difficult phase, basically. And by working on ourselves, on our own shadow, we're also assisting with that whole process as well. Like, we don't have to like go out there and like save the world all by ourselves. That's not what we came here to do. Like, some of us probably do have some major roles to play here and there, but like, regardless like how insignificant you may perceive yourself to be, like, know that we are not. Like, each and every puzzle piece is super important. Like, each and every one of us came here because it was important for us to be here and to do the stuff that we know how to do, basically, and to contribute to the whole process of ascension and transmutation the best way we know how. And basically, each and every one of us came here to bring to the table something unique, like only something that you can do, only something that you are able to perform in your magic, or however you want to phrase it. And that's like super important for the whole ascension process. So regardless of how small you may think that is, but energetically it has a huge impact on the overall energy of the collective. Like, what you feel inside yourself, like what are you going through, like what thoughts you have, and where are you in general energetically. Because like, we are these like huge transmuters of energy, and like, depending on where we are in life, we have a great effect on people around us, also the collective as well. So always keep that in mind. Of course, like, you don't have to beat yourself up that, hey, like, I'm not very high vibes today, or I feel very low. I was very low tomorrow and even today as well. Like, all of us have those times. Just simply like try to use those periods in life to rest and integrate things that you have to reintegrate. And usually those times are great for reflection, healing, regeneration, like just like similarly how nature works. Like, especially in the northern hemisphere, like, we have the cycle of the seasons. Like, we have spring when everything starts to grow, then summer is the peak of the growing season, then comes fall or autumn, and after that comes the resting and regeneration phase of winter. And we're entering the winter phase. At least I think most of the people who are listening to it right now are entering that phase in our Earth's cycle, basically. And that brings forth different energies and different opportunities for growth in our lives as well. And it also urges us to like take things a bit more slowly and maybe to rest more, so we can like maneuver or navigate these energies of this period more gracefully a bit. Because like I had this tendency too, that I know like everyone in our Western culture is like, you always have to be on top and like perform and like do this and do that and be like always doing things and being productive. I know, like, at least I am. And it's like super difficult for me to like take it a bit more easier in these periods. And it's something that I'm learning, but the more patience I have with myself, and also the more time I invest on actually resting more or like taking it easy from time to time, really helped me in like balancing out this whole energy of the winter phase and all this reflective phase that we're going through, basically. Okay, so I kind of went, yeah, I had to bring through some information from everyone. Okay, well, thank you for joining. I see that many of you have already joined. I'm sending you all much love from Transylvania. So please write in the chat where are you broadcasting your beautiful energies from. Basically, last week we did a transmutation on ourselves. We used the energies of the new moon to transmute old energies and also to anchor more beneficial timelines and more beneficial aspects of ourselves into this incarnation. We did it on an individual level as well, and everyone who was like guided to spread it out or like send it out to the collective, we anchored together more beneficial timelines, and the event's name was like Anchoring Heaven on Earth, because like all the energies of heaven on earth or new earth, however the new age community wishes to call this new phase that we're going into, is kind of already here. It's already in the air, it's already in the ethers, but we have to make it happen. Like it's already here, but it takes time for it to actually manifest. And the only way to actually manifest it and like speed up the process, or at least make the process more smoother for everyone, is to actually consciously tap into that higher timeline and like consciously bring it in, like anchor it in your own body, in your own life, like live from that perspective. And basically that's how we manifest it more. Like some of us maybe will have greater or smaller roles to play in the physical by actually manifesting and bringing through those changes, but just simply like anchoring it within your own life and living from that sacred perspective of Christ consciousness or heart-centeredness, however you want to call it, is a huge, I don't know, like you're casting your vote for New Earth, or like speeding up the process and bringing in all the good stuff even more, basically. And also by doing that, we're balancing out our own energies, because we're bombarded constantly with cosmic rays that are like pushing us forward in our evolutionary path. And these energies can cause quite a bit of turbulence or turmoil in some human beings, also in us as well, because it's basically pushing us to the next level. And in order to get there, first we have to work through everything that is holding us back in this level. So, and how does that work? Is basically everything that doesn't work for us, or our shadow selves, or the unpleasant stuff in life comes to the surface, because it's like the universe or your higher self is saying that, hey, like now is a really good time to work on that, because right now this is what is holding you back from reaching the next step in your whole journey. So if difficult stuff come up, like don't take it as like the universe is punishing you. It is just an opportunity for growth. It is an opportunity for healing and learning, basically. And the more we use that energy up, the more we work with it, the easier it will become, basically. Hey, it's Kara Ramine, I think. Good evening. Thank you for your work and best wishes from Bucharest, Romania. Yay! I'm a bit up north, but I'm also sending you much love from Transylvania. And so we have Lila Luna. She is from West Australia. Hello. Awesome. Okay, so let's go into the different aspects of ourselves. I know that Jenny has sent in a question in the community section regarding like our soul and like where is it, or like how connected we are to it. And like I'm not really going to go into that, because it's like, I think it's like a super complex topic for which I'm not well qualified, basically. So if we were to like backtrack and like try to find the roots of our soul and like how it works, from where it comes and all that stuff, I think the answers would be beyond the understanding of our conscious mind. And also I know like many mystical teachings say that we cannot, as a human, we cannot really comprehend the whole concept of the soul or God because it's like beyond our understanding. But what we can do is to basically work with those energies and try the best way as we can to understand how our soul works, like what cycles do we go through, and like how can we use these processes to basically be the masters of ourselves or to master our reality, basically, so we can create a beneficial and constructive life for ourselves. Because the whole process that we're going through at this time is that I know like there's this tendency of like, I have to learn how to manifest and to manifest the things that I want to have in life. But the whole thing is that we have already been constantly manifesting. And the only difference is that right now we have to learn how to manifest in a conscious way and like how to actually bring through the things that we want to have in our lives. Because if we're not in the driver's seat and like taking control of our energies, of our thoughts, emotions, of our body, of our lives, then basically you're just like in the back seat, like observing how things are happening, where the road is taking you. And also, if you're not in control of your own life, of your own energy, then someone or something else will come in to fill up that void and that need for control, basically. So, yeah, in some cases, this may be like another person or like an outside force or a government or some kind of body of something. But in some cases, it can be also that, which I think for most of us is like this very subtle thing of our negative belief systems that are like lurking in the background in our subconscious. Like if we are not aware of like how we function, like what are our limiting belief systems, like what is really holding us back, then basically unwillingly we're bringing those through and we're manifesting our reality through the lens of our limiting belief systems of like, for example, like you're not good enough, or I don't deserve to be loved, I don't deserve these things in life, or I'm not worthy of being loved. I think I repeated that, but that's the big one. And there can be a lot of other ones as well. Okay, but let's go into the soul aspect of this whole thing. So I know that in general, what we have received as a heritage from like older cultures and like mystery traditions is like this concept of reincarnation, which can be perceived as a type of linear experience of maybe you started out on Earth, your Earth journey, maybe in Lemuria or Atlantis or ancient Egypt, wherever it may be, and you choose to incarnate throughout Earth's history in like a linear sense. And this could be in a sense true, like this is also a part of the whole thing. But this is like a very limited and linear understanding of the whole concept. Because when you like do some more digging and like soul searching, like some of us do start to remember and started to remember in the past few years, or at least it became very intense for me in the past, since 2020, at least in my case, then you start to find out that there are like overlapping lifetimes. Like, for example, I remember lifetimes in which I was there when Atlantis was destroyed and I died in the cataclysm, but I also have memories and information from a lifetime, which is from that same period, from an individual that has survived the cataclysm. But the two are like kind of like overlapping each other. So that's also like debunking the whole linear stuff as well. And the more weirder stuff is like when you remember future lifetimes, like how does that work? So that hasn't even happened yet from from our perspective yet. And what becomes even more complicated when you think of lifetimes that you had in other dimensions or other star systems, or at the same time we're also connecting with you can like make, I'm not sure how to like phrase it, but you can like imagine that like this is your life in your current incarnation, But you have all the alternative versions of this lifetime as well, simultaneously like running just as this one is linearly, but all of them have like a slight difference to it. Like maybe in this lifetime you choose to be a nurse or be an artist, but in a slightly different timeline, you dropped that path and started to go in a different direction or things like that. And there are like a multitude of these versions of your current lifetime as well. In each, you have experienced something a bit more differently. In some, maybe you were very disconnected. And in certain ones, maybe you were like super centered and connected with your higher self. And these lifetimes, not just these alternative versions of this current one, but all the other lifetimes that you're connected to right now are like in constant communications with this one. So it's not like an isolated thing that, hey, like I lived in Atlantis and that was like its own little thing there, and like that stayed there, and right now it's something completely different or simply different. It has a different experience which is like isolated from the other ones. Like all of them interact on a certain level, not just in a sense that we're like repeating or choosing to explore similar topics or themes in our lives, but also like the experiences that we have, for example, in this life, have an effect on the experiences of another lifetime. And like what you have experienced in another lifetime, for example, maybe in Atlantis, maybe there you have explored something to a much higher degree than in this one. And not right now in your current lifetime, you're also starting to go in that direction. And the way it works that, hey, like I need information regarding this because this is what I want to focus on. And so you're going back and tapping into other aspects of yourselves that are already explored that, or maybe explored it to a much higher degree than you can in this lifetime. And you're like bringing that information back and integrating it here. And in most cases, this can be something completely subconscious, like or something super subtle that we don't even are aware of. But in some cases, it can be like a very intense experience as well. Although in my opinion, like that's more rare because like we're in constant communications with everything around us and also different aspects of ourselves. But again, it's something very subtle. But you can intensify it and like work with it in a conscious way. And if you're like focusing on it, your attention is there, and you're choosing to work consciously with these pathways and exchanges of energy, then it becomes amplified. But again, if you're like doing that, like always have this criteria that you only bring through information that is like valid and useful in this one. So you're like not cluttering up, or I don't know, like you're not distracting yourself from what's important in this lifetime, because there's so much information and so much experience that we already had. And like I'm also still integrating just the tip of the iceberg from other lifetimes that I had, because like in the past few, since 2020 basically, I've been very conscious, like integrating back other lifetimes that I had throughout our Earth's history, like going back to Atlantis, and it was not a smooth ride. So, and it's still going on. So yeah. The thing is when you're like connecting with lifetimes that are like super different from what we're experiencing here or what we're used to consciously here, then it can cause some, I wouldn't say like issues, but some friction in your day-to-day life experience. So be wary and like always have that criteria and filter that, hey, I only want to bring through information that I can actually use in a positive way in this lifetime here. Okay, so let's see what people have been talking about in the live chat. I lived in pre-dynastic Egypt, Atlantis, Lemuria. Yes. Well, welcome to the club. It's awesome to connect. Okay, let's see. Yeah, like Saturnian sun. I was a bad person last time because this is so hard. Yeah, like we've lived for so many stuff. Like we've been the good guys, the bad guys, the in-betweeners. It is a very complex experience that we had here on Earth as well. Okay, so soon we will go into the meditation. If anyone has like any questions, then please like put a question mark before your question. It like really helps me to like filter it out in the chat. I'm going to have a sip of water and we will start to go more into the meditation. Okay. And I hope that my voice will stay with me and not give up. I always have this difficulty during the winter time for some reason, but I hope we will once get through this. I'm not sure. Like I've been experiencing this for the past 2 years. Whenever like winter hits or we're like close to this threshold of like things coming to the surface, I always have this voice issue. Yeah, like 2 weeks ago we skipped a live event because I just lost my voice. So like now it's working. It's not its best, but it will do. Like Saturnian sun. Where I lived doesn't concern me as much as what I did. Yep. Yeah, like where you lived can also like lead to many interesting topics and themes of exploration. But yeah, like what we have done and like what we have participated in is super important as well. Like in my research and experience, like you like start to like explore your other lifetimes and different aspects of yourself, and you will find like a common theme. At least in my experience, it's like I did kind of the same stuff that I do in this lifetime, but throughout history, of course, it had to take a different form because like civilization and cultures changed so much. So right now, this is like the path of least resistance of me sharing this information and bringing through the celestial wisdom of Sirius and other star systems, I guess. But it's a lot better since in the not in the New Ages, but in the Middle Ages, I know like some of you expressed that you're like remembering traumas from the Middle Ages of like the witch hunts and burnings and stuff like that. Yeah, we had a very rough time during those periods. Like, it's no wonder they called it the Dark Ages. And yeah, like many of us, I know that higher vibrations has also like addressed this topic quite a bit of like bringing back these traumas from past lifetimes, of like traumas of betrayal or like being hunted or unpleasant stuff happening because we have expressed our truth. Like this is a very huge trauma in our society, like not just for people who are like have spiritual interests or just wish to share this mystical knowledge, but in general, like we have this trauma of like being afraid to speak our truth because we've been punished quite a bit for that, not just in the past but also in this lifetime as well. Like we haven't been burned at the stake, but we can be crucified publicly or lose our jobs or our families or reputation or whatever. We kind of repeat and do the same stuff as in the more primitive eras. We just, I know, like hurt each other and ourselves in more sophisticated ways, sadly. So that's also something we have to like work through and heal, basically. Okay. Yes, Saturnian sun, I just want to be a better person. Yes, like that is what we need for this whole journey of like balancing ourselves in the heart center and like bringing through basically our higher selves, integrating it in this lifetime, and just yeah, like trying to be the best version of ourselves. Like you don't have to be perfect because like that's like an unattainable something. Like we are also black and white. We are also feminine and masculine. And the thing that we have to reach is balance in life. Like that's the road forward, is like reaching balance within ourselves, anchoring and integrating all different parts of ourselves. Because like as a society and a culture, we have this tendency of division, of like jumping from one end to the pole to the other, and this whole concept of like you're this or that, you're black or white, or like you're with me or against me, and we haven't really learned as a collective of like how to balance this out. Like if you look at history, we always have this this fluctuation of like bouncing back and forth between different ways of being. Like for example, if you would like to go to the classical Roman or Greco times, you had this like super hedonistic way of life, and after that, like that like brought forth the antithesis of it, of like going into this like super strict dogmatic religious way of like absolutely like denying everything that it has to do with the senses, like punishing yourself to like come closer to God and stuff like that. And after that, after humanity had enough of that, it started to like come back to the other side again. Then you started to explore again that like hedonistic thing during the 1700s and so forth. So we have to learn balance. Hey, it's 333. Here it's 933. Okay, 1 second. Okay, we had a bit of technical difficulty. I dropped the mic. Okay, so it is time to go into the meditation. So the main focus of our meditation will be first to center, first to clear. And after we have established this sacred space within us and around us as well, to like filter out all the interference and everything that can, yeah, like basically intervene or distort the experience. After that, we will go into our heart center, and from that point, like continue on and like expand to our other aspects of ourselves, and see what comes through. It may not, like in some cases, maybe you won't necessarily see or feel anything, just like visualizing and getting a sense of like how vast you are and how interconnected you are with different parts of yourself, and like establishing and anchoring that connection is like super helpful. And also to visualize and feel that you constantly have this like back and forth energy exchange with different parts of yourself, and just simply making that a conscious thing and amplifying it can like supercharge your experience here on planet Earth, because we're healing and exploring many different topics in this lifetime, and we need a lot of assistance basically to do that. And we already have a lot of connections, and we already have a lot of information within ourselves. And basically the challenge in this lifetime is to remember and to like consciously bring forth all the things and gifts that we already have and know on some other level, but we're connected to it. And I hope this meditation will assist many of you in bringing forth that connection. Okay. So take a comfortable seated position. You can also lay on your back for this one. I think it's totally cool as well. This could be something far more gentle than what we have done in the past meditation. But always keep in mind to have your back straight. So if you're sitting or laying on your back, have your back straight. It assists the flow of energy. Okay. And we will simply start with taking a deep breath in through the nose. And letting it out through the mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Let it out through the mouth. Breathe in through your nose. And let it out through your mouth. And as you're breathing in and out, try to make them deep, circular breaths. Inhaling deeply, not to the extent that it is forcing your lungs, but fill up your lungs. And exhale, press out the air. And as you're breathing in and out, feel how your heartbeat is starting to slow down a bit. Your thoughts are slowing down. Your body may also be slowing down. Breathe in the peace. And exhale all the tension. Exhale all the busyness. Breathe in peace and clarity. And exhale all the tension from your mind and body. Let it all go. And as you're breathing in and out, feel and visualize that you're connecting with Mother Earth. Your feet may be on the ground. We may be sitting on the ground in a forest, in the mountains, on a beach, whatever one, whichever works for you. You may also visualize that you're rooting in, becoming as a tree, connecting deeply, going down with your roots, Mother Earth. And as you're breathing in and out, feel as you're breathing in that you're drawing up the grounding and nourishing energies of Mother Earth. You're drawing them up through your roots, through your entire body, up to the top of your head. And when you're exhaling, you're letting all of it down, letting it down into the ground. All the used up energies, all the used up tension, all the busyness is going down into the earth. Whenever you inhale and exhale, you're exchanging energy with Mother Earth, drawing up the grounding and neutralizing energies of Mother Earth. Then you're releasing all the tension, all the built up energies. Letting it all down. And as you're doing so, if you feel that tension may arise in your body in different parts, mainly it can be around the heart or chest area, simply use your breath to clear it. Gently release it. As you continue to breathe in, take all your busy thoughts, all the things that you want to do later on or you need to do, take them and put them aside. You may put them in a box or a container. And put them aside, out of reach, out of sight. And know that they will be there later. But right now, we don't need them. We don't need them right now. They will be there later. They will be there later. But right now, we are going into a deep and beautiful state of relaxation, of centeredness, of clarity. And now we ask the ego mind to step aside for the duration of this activity. We greatly value the perspective of the ego mind, for it is assisting us in this reality to survive and to function. But right now we ask it to step aside and to simply be the observer. For what is about to happen is to great benefit to all. Take a deep breath in. As you're breathing in and out, you're experiencing more clarity, more centeredness, more abundance, more joy, more energy is coming through from your heart center, from your higher self into this reality. They're assisting you in your evolution. And now, as you're breathing in and out, center your focus in your heart. Go there with your mind's eye and with all your attention. Just simply be there. Feel the beat of your heart. Feel the warmth of your heart space. As you do so, visualize a beautiful spark of fire within your heart center. Akin to a divine candle flame that is burning in the night, illuminating everything. This is the eternal spark that is connecting you to your higher self. This is your true nature, part of your higher self that lives in this life and moves to the next. It is giving you life and power in this form and the next. And it is the part of you, the eternal you, that can never cease to exist. It has always been there, and it has always been there, and it will be. You can never lose it. It can never go away. And now this lifetime, you choose to interact more with your higher self, to bring through your divine spark into this lifetime, to live from the perspective of your heart, anchoring more your divine self in this form, gracing the world, assisting not just yourself but all in your healing process. Take another deep breath in and let it out. And with your focus, be in the center of your heart, seeing the divine flame rising. It is made out of white, radiant light, encompassing all spectrums of the rainbow, bringing through the frequencies that are most needed at this time. And now we ask the eternal flame to come forth from the center of our hearts, to flow through all our being, to flow through all our body. Visualize it, how it is expanding beyond the boundaries of your heart, flowing through your veins and nervous system, flowing to each part of your being, flowing down to your legs, your feet, your toes, back up, flowing through your torso, back, up through the neck to the head, circulating in your head, flowing through your arms, your hands, activating the minor chakras in your hands, your fingers, the eternal fires flowing through all your bones, muscles, all your joints, all your organs. And we ask the eternal fire to transmute all density, transmute all fear, doubt, dissolve all limiting belief systems, clear all attachments, all energy deposits, all stuck energies and blockages, wherever they may be. We ask the eternal fire to transmute all density, fear, doubt, into the light of life, into source creative energy, bringing all into alignment and clarity. And now, let your imagination guide you to different parts of your body where blockages may be, or stuck energy that is preventing you from achieving perfect flow. Let your imagination guide you. You may see it, maybe as a dark mist, or a gooey, tar-like substance. Now we ask the eternal fire to transmute, to dissolve all blockages, all energies that are preventing us from achieving perfect flow. And with your attention, bring the eternal fire to those places more and intensify it in those spots. Dissolve all tension. Dissolve all blockages. Dissolve them. Let them flow out. Let them dissolve. Let them be transmuted into white light. We ask the eternal fire to energize our being, to fill up all holes, all fractures in our fields, all ruptures, and to fill everything up with white, iridescent light. Make our field whole again, making it perfect, perfectly balanced. So nothing of lower nature may come in. And we ask the eternal fire to activate the process of clearing within our physical bodies as well. Our bodies have all the mechanisms already in place for it to be cleansed and regenerated. But now we ask the eternal fire to assist in the transmutation of our bodies as well, to intensify the clearing process and the regeneration process. And at this point of regeneration, from the center of your heart, shoot up a beam of light from your head to the central sun, from where it comes down, back, through your body, going down to the core of Mother Earth. It comes back up again through your body, up to the central sun, back down through all your energy centers, going down into Mother Earth's core, into her heart center, her central sun. And it comes back up, up and down, creating this continuous flow. You may visualize it, this stream of light is connecting heaven and earth, or a pillar of fire, which is connecting the Heavenly Father and Earth Mother, connecting the principle of the Divine Masculine with the Divine Feminine. And you are in the middle of this pillar of light or fire, however you need to visualize this. Your heart center is in the middle, which is also as a small central sun, which is also as a smaller version of the fiery core of Mother Earth. Your heart center is one with the eternal sun. It is one with Mother Earth's eternal sun. And you are perfectly balancing out the divine feminine and masculine. And as you do so, you're still embodying your fiery body, the eternal fire still burning inside your being, raising your vibration, purifying you, making you lighter. And now from the center of our hearts, we ask the 7 archangels, Archangel Michael, Uriel, Raphael, Sandalphon, Metatron, Gabriel, and Azrael, to guide and assist us in this transmutation, in this reconstruction of our true self in this lifetime. You may visualize them as 7 pillars of light around your own pillar of light. You may also visualize them as 7 rays of the rainbow surrounding you. Anchoring the sacred energies in this lifetime, creating perfect flow, balance, making the impossible possible. Now, from the center of your heart, visualize how different streams of light are extending and reaching out in different directions. You may visualize them as roots or branches of a tree extending from your heart center. They're extending and reaching different sparks of light similar to your own heart center. You see them as a little candle flame burning in the night, or a star burning in the night. Your heart center expanding to hearts, to other incarnations, to other sparks of fire that are near to you. But it can also extend beyond to more distant connections. So you're focusing on extending your heart center in all directions, up and down, back and forth. You may see it as the roots of a tree growing and expanding in all directions, touching different sparks of fire, touching different stars in the night sky. And as you're establishing this connection with them, you may simply observe how you have small impulses of energy traveling through this root system, leaving your own heart, traveling through one root to another connection of yours, from where it is being reflected back, and it is coming down through the same pathway into your heart center, from where it goes out into a different direction right now. And when it is finished its course, when it has hit its destination, it is coming back through the same pathway into your heart center, and it is going out in a different direction right now. And in some cases, you may observe that the roots split, and also these impulses and light sparks may split as well, which are traveling through the roots. They come back, go out, come back, go out. And now you can simply observe that there are multiple sparks and light impulses that are leaving your heart center in all directions, going there, coming back, going there, coming back. And you are basically this hub, this information exchange center, which is connecting many different lifetimes into one. You're simply not connecting with just one and communicating with one linearly. Like those lifetimes are also in contact with your other lifetimes through you. You're interconnecting them. Now you may also observe that these traveling light impulses are intensifying, can become more rapid, more slow. Multiple impulses may leave at the same time, coming back at the same time. You may just simply observe in this beautiful centered state how interconnected you are with many, many, many different versions of yourself. And basically you are this vast information exchange center that is connected to many, many, many different lifetimes, to many different civilizations, not just on Earth, but beyond. And now, if you desire, you may simply focus on just one, let your imagination guide you. Focus on the pathway, on the information exchange pathway. Seeing how light is traveling back and forth between your heart center, the other version of you in another lifetime, whenever and wherever it may be. And now simply visualize a part of you extending from where you are, from this center point, going forth to that specific chosen pathway, going through that stream of light to the destination, which is the heart center, the eternal spark of your other lifetime. And if you choose to, you can ask the other version of you to come forth, to show itself, to materialize in front of you. See his light body. You can also observe all these energy centers and light pathways being similar to yours, almost as being a reflection of you. And if you choose to do so, you may ask to merge your energy centers, your consciousness, and exchange information in a more conscious way harmonize with each other, coming in tune with the melody of that plane of existence. And now simply ask for information, guidance, tools, ideas, gifts that are relevant for you in this current incarnation, energies that may benefit you in your current lifetime in an integrated and grounded way. Visualize it. And simply let all the information that needs to come through and integrate into this lifetime. And now we thank that incarnation, that aspect of ourself. Let it go back to its place. Return to your center. And we thank all our connections, all our relations for the sacred interaction, for the sacred integration. And now we ask all aspects of ourselves, all fractured selves that have been lost or fractured, come back and to reintegrate in a balanced and aligned way. This lifetime, see and visualize them as becoming one with your pillar of light, reintegrating, coming back into perfect alignment. Reintegrating all aspects of ourselves. And know that it is done. It is done. Thank you. And take a deep breath in and out. Integrate those energies even more deeply to each cell of your being. You may start to breathe more quickly because you're coming back to full awareness. You're starting to sense your body more. So you can also even move your legs, your hands, your back. You are very much aware and grounded in your physical body. You're very much starting to become aware of your physical surroundings. Now you're fully integrated back, coming back through space and time into this incarnation, integrating in perfect alignment, coming fully integrated. And now you're becoming fully alert, fully present, and fully alert. You're becoming fully present, fully alert, and fully able to continue your day or to go to sleep. Have a beautiful, regenerative night of sleep, or a very pleasant Sunday afternoon, or whenever you are watching this transmission. I'm thanking each and every one of you for joining this meditation, joining this live event. I'm sending all of you much love, and I'm sending also much love to everyone who has watched the replay up until this point. You are awesome, and thank you for doing that. I hope it was useful, and I hope to meet each and every one of you next week as well. Also, if anyone has any ideas, please share them in the comment section and the community section in the topics. Thank you very much for being here,